Education 3rd Regular 2023-27. Dr. Ghulam Muhammad. Rule of Akbar. During the reign of Akbar the Great, 1556 to 1605, the Mughal Empire experienced a period of unprecedented expansion, cultural flourishing, and administrative innovation. Akbar's rule was characterized by several key features. 1. Religious tolerance. Akbar pursued a policy of religious tolerance and promoted secularism, welcoming people of different faiths into his administration and patronizing scholars and intellectuals from various religious backgrounds. 2. Centralized administration. Akbar established a centralized administrative system, dividing the empire into provinces, subas, governed by appointed officials, subadars, who reported directly to the emperor. He introduced reforms in taxation, revenue collection, and justice administration to ensure efficient governance. 3. Military campaigns. Akbar embarked on military campaigns to expand the territorial boundaries of the Mughal Empire, conquering significant regions of northern and central India, including parts of present-day Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. His conquests laid the foundation for the Mughal Empire's status as a dominant power in the Indian subcontinent. 4. Cultural Renaissance. Akbar's reign witnessed a cultural renaissance, characterized by the patronage of art, literature, music, and architecture. He established a vibrant court culture, attracting poets, scholars, and artists from across the empire and beyond. Akbar's court was renowned for its syncretic blend of Persian, Indian, and Central Asian influences, exemplified by the flourishing of the Mughal school of painting and the architectural marvels such as the Red Fort in Agra and Fatehpur Sikri. 5. Din-i-Ilahi. Akbar initiated the Din-i-Ilahi, a syncretic religious movement that aimed to create a universal religion blending elements of Islam, Hinduism, Christianity, and Zoroastrianism. Although the movement did not gain widespread acceptance, it reflected Akbar's visionary approach to religious harmony and cultural integration. 6. Land revenue system. Akbar introduced a new land revenue system known as the Zabt system, based on a detailed survey of land, fixed tax rates, and revenue collection through cash payments rather than in kind. This system brought stability to the agrarian economy and ensured a steady source of revenue for the imperial treasury. 7. Legacy. Akbar's rule left a lasting legacy on the Indian subcontinent, shaping the political, cultural, and social landscape of the region for centuries to come. His policies of religious tolerance, administrative reforms, and cultural patronage laid the foundation for the Mughal Empire's golden age and contributed to the synthesis of diverse cultural traditions in India. Akbar's reign is often regarded as a pinnacle of Mughal power and influence, earning him the epithet Akbar the Great in history. Rule of Shah Jahan, 1628 to 1658. Shah Jahan, whose full name was Shahabuddin Muhammad Khurram, ascended to the throne of the Mughal Empire in 1628 after the death of his father, Jahangir. His reign is renowned for its architectural splendor, notably the construction of the iconic Taj Mahal in memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal. Shah Jahan continued the administrative policies of his predecessors, maintaining a centralized system of governance and expanding the empire's territorial boundaries through military conquests. However, his rule was also marked by extravagance and financial strain due to the construction of lavish monuments and a costly military campaign in the Deccan region. In 1658, Shah Jahan was deposed by his son Aurangzeb after a succession struggle, leading to his house arrest until his death in 1666. Rule of Aurangzeb, 1658 to 1707. Aurangzeb, whose full name was Abul Muzaffar Muhyiddin Muhammad Aurangzeb, became the sixth Mughal emperor in 1658 following the deposition of his father Shah Jahan. Aurangzeb's reign was characterized by expansionist policies, religious intolerance, and the imposition of Islamic law, Sharia. He pursued a vigorous campaign to expand the empire's territorial reach, but his conquests stretched the empire's resources and sparked resistance from various quarters. Aurangzeb's policies towards non-Muslims, particularly Hindus, were marked by discrimination and persecution, leading to tensions and unrest in the empire. Despite his military successes, Aurangzeb's reign saw the beginning of the Mughal Empire's decline due to internal strife, economic instability, and the rise of regional powers. He died in 1707, leaving behind a weakened and fragmented empire. Effect of Islam on Hindu society. Islam had a significant impact on Hindu society in India, particularly during the period of Muslim rule, which began with the establishment of the Delhi Sultanate in the 12th century and continued through the Mughal Empire and subsequent Muslim dynasties. Here are some key effects of Islam on Hindu society. 1. Cultural exchange. The interaction between Islamic and Hindu civilizations facilitated cultural exchange, leading to the fusion of artistic, architectural, and literary traditions. This resulted in the development of syncretic forms of art, music, and literature, exemplified by the fusion of Persian and Indian influences in Mughal art and architecture. 2. Language and literature. Persian became the language of administration and culture under Muslim rule, influencing the development of vernacular languages such as Urdu and Hindi. Persian literature, poetry, and historical chronicles flourished in India, contributing to the enrichment of literary traditions in both Islamic and Hindu societies. 3. Architecture. Islamic architecture introduced new styles, techniques, and motifs to India, influencing the construction of mosques, tombs, palaces, and forts. The Indo-Islamic architectural style, characterized by domes, minarets, and intricate ornamentation, blended Islamic and Hindu architectural elements, creating distinctive landmarks such as the Taj Mahal and Qutub Minar. 4. Social structure. The establishment of Muslim rule in India led to changes in social structure and hierarchy, with Muslims occupying positions of political power, administration, and military command. This resulted in the emergence of a new social elite, known as the Ashraf class, comprising Muslim nobles, scholars, and bureaucrats. 5. Religious practices. The spread of Islam in India led to the conversion of some segments of the Hindu population to Islam, particularly among lower castes and marginalized communities. Conversion to Islam offered social mobility and economic opportunities to disadvantaged groups, leading to changes in religious practices, rituals, and customs. 6. Interfaith relations. Interactions between Muslims and Hindus fostered both cooperation and conflict, depending on political, social, and economic factors. While some Muslim rulers promoted religious tolerance and patronized Hindu temples and institutions, others imposed discriminatory policies and engaged in religious persecution. 7. Literary and intellectual exchange. Islamic scholarship and learning, particularly in fields such as philosophy, mathematics, and astronomy, influenced Hindu intellectuals and scholars. The translation of Arabic and Persian texts into Sanskrit and other Indian languages facilitated the exchange of knowledge and ideas between Islamic and Hindu scholars. Overall, the impact of Islam on Hindu society in India was complex and multifaceted, shaping cultural, religious, social, and political dynamics over centuries of interaction between the two civilizations. Political effect. The political impact of Islam on Hindu society in India was characterized by the establishment of Muslim rule and the formation of Islamic states, such as the Delhi Sultanate and the Mughal Empire. Muslim rulers introduced centralized administration, Islamic legal systems, and Persianate culture, reshaping political institutions and social hierarchies. This led to changes in governance structures, power dynamics, and interfaith relations, with Muslims holding positions of authority and Hindus adapting to new political realities under Muslim rule. Religious effect. The religious impact of Islam on Hindu society encompassed both conversion to Islam and the coexistence of diverse religious beliefs and practices. While some Hindus converted to Islam, particularly among lower castes and marginalized communities seeking social mobility, many Hindus maintained their religious identity and continued to practice Hinduism alongside Islam. Interactions between Muslims and Hindus fostered cultural exchange, syncretism, and the development of shared religious traditions, contributing to the pluralistic and heterogeneous nature of Indian society. Role of Sufis in the promotion of Islam. 1. Propagation of Islamic teachings. Sufis played a crucial role in spreading the message of Islam through their teachings, which emphasized spiritual purification, devotion to God, and ethical conduct. 2. Cultural adaptation. Sufis adapted Islamic teachings to local customs, languages, and traditions, making Islam more accessible and appealing to diverse populations across different regions. 3. Spiritual guidance. Sufis served as spiritual guides and mentors, offering guidance, support, and counseling to individuals seeking spiritual enlightenment and inner transformation. 4. Social welfare. Sufi orders engaged in charitable activities, such as feeding the poor, providing healthcare, and assisting the needy, demonstrating the compassionate and humanitarian aspects of Islam. 5. Interfaith dialogue. Sufis promoted interfaith dialogue and tolerance, fostering harmonious relations between Muslims and people of other faiths through mutual respect, understanding, and cooperation. 6. Healing and miracles. Sufi saints were believed to possess spiritual powers, including the ability to heal the sick, perform miracles, and intercede on behalf of their followers, attracting people to Islam through acts of compassion and divine intervention. 7. Art and literature. Sufis contributed to the development of Islamic art, music, and literature, inspiring creativity, beauty, and spirituality in various forms of expression that reflected Islamic values and aesthetics. 8. Unity and brotherhood. Sufi gatherings and ceremonies promoted a sense of unity, brotherhood, and communal solidarity among Muslims, transcending ethnic, cultural, and social divides. 9. Resistance to extremism. Sufis advocated a moderate and tolerant interpretation of Islam, countering extremist ideologies and promoting peace, coexistence, and reconciliation in times of conflict and upheaval. 10. Legacy of love and devotion. The legacy of Sufism endures as a testament to the transformative power of love, devotion, and spiritual awakening, inspiring generations of Muslims to seek God's presence and pursue a path of righteousness, compassion, and service to humanity. Qadiriyya chain. The Qadiriyya Sufi order traces its lineage back to the renowned Sufi saint, Abdul Qadir Gilani. It emphasizes spiritual discipline, adherence to Islamic teachings, and the cultivation of piety. The Qadiriyya chain of transmission is known for its emphasis on direct spiritual experience and personal transformation, guided by a master-disciple relationship. Followers of the Qadiriyya order seek spiritual enlightenment through practices such as dhikr, remembrance of God, meditation, and service to humanity. Chizchiya chain. The Chizchiya Sufi order was founded by Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti, a revered Sufi saint known for his piety, humility, and devotion to God. The Chizchiya chain of transmission emphasizes love, compassion, and the pursuit of divine union through selfless service, khidmat, and spiritual practices such as salma, music, zikr, remembrance, and contemplation. The Chizchiya order is known for its inclusivity, welcoming people from all walks of life and promoting the values of tolerance, harmony, and inner purification. Planning a lesson. 1. Identify learning objectives. Determine the specific learning outcomes you want to achieve with your lesson, ensuring they are aligned with curriculum standards and student needs. 2. Assess prior knowledge. Evaluate what students already know about the topic to tailor your lesson accordingly and build upon their existing understanding. 3. Select teaching methods. Choose appropriate instructional strategies and teaching methods based on the learning objectives and the needs and preferences of your students. This could include lectures, discussions, group work, hands-on activities, multimedia presentations, or experiential learning opportunities. 4. Prepare materials and resources. Gather all necessary materials, resources, and instructional aids needed to support your lesson, such as textbooks, worksheets, multimedia materials, and technology tools. 5. Sequence content. Organize the content of your lesson in a logical sequence, breaking it down into manageable chunks to facilitate comprehension and retention. Consider using outlines, graphic organizers, or mind maps to visualize the structure of your lesson. 6. Design assessments. Develop formative and summative assessments to evaluate student learning and progress throughout the lesson. This could include quizzes, tests, essays, projects, presentations, or performance tasks aligned with the learning objectives. 7. Differentiate instruction. Modify your lesson to accommodate the diverse needs, interests, and learning styles of your students, providing opportunities for enrichment, remediation, and individualized support as needed. 8. Promote engagement. Incorporate interactive and engaging activities to capture students' interest and promote active participation in the lesson. This could involve incorporating real-world examples, using multimedia resources, or implementing cooperative learning strategies. 9. Provide feedback. Plan opportunities for ongoing feedback and assessment during the lesson to monitor student progress, address misconceptions, and provide guidance for improvement. 10. Reflect and adjust. After delivering the lesson, reflect on its effectiveness, gather feedback from students, and evaluate the extent to which learning objectives were achieved. Use this information to make adjustments and revisions to future lessons, refining your instructional practices to better meet the needs of your students. Use of audiovisual aids in teaching history. In teaching history, audiovisual aids such as maps, timelines, photographs, videos, and primary source documents play a crucial role in enhancing students' understanding and engagement with the subject matter. Maps can provide visual context for historical events and movements, helping students visualize geographic locations and changes over time. Timelines offer a chronological framework for organizing historical events, facilitating comprehension of historical periods and sequences of events. Photographs and videos bring historical events to life, immersing students in the sights and sounds of the past and providing valuable visual and auditory stimuli. Primary source documents offer first-hand accounts and perspectives, enabling students to analyze historical evidence and develop critical thinking skills. By incorporating audiovisual aids into history lessons, educators can create dynamic and multisensory learning experiences that stimulate curiosity, promote retention, and deepen students' appreciation for the complexities of the past. Use of audiovisual aids in teaching geography. In teaching geography, audiovisual aids such as maps, globes, charts, diagrams, satellite images, and interactive simulations are invaluable tools for enhancing students' spatial awareness, geographic literacy, and analytical skills. Maps and globes provide visual representations of Earth's physical and human geography, enabling students to explore and interpret spatial relationships, patterns, and distributions. Charts and diagrams offer graphical representations of geographic data, facilitating analysis and comparison of geographic phenomena such as population trends, climate patterns, and landforms. Satellite images provide real-time and high-resolution views of Earth's surface, allowing students to observe and study geographic features and changes over time. Interactive simulations offer hands-on experiences that allow students to explore geographic concepts and processes in a virtual environment, fostering experiential learning and inquiry-based exploration. By incorporating audiovisual aids into geography instruction, educators can create immersive and interactive learning experiences that deepen students' understanding of the world around them and cultivate a lifelong appreciation for the complexities of geography. Discussion method in teaching. The discussion method is a pedagogical approach that encourages active participation, critical thinking, and collaborative learning among students. It involves engaging students in meaningful dialogue, debate, and inquiry-based exploration of ideas, concepts, and issues related to the subject matter. Here are 10 key points to understand about the discussion method. 1. Promotes critical thinking. The discussion method stimulates critical thinking skills by encouraging students to analyze, evaluate, and synthesize information, formulate opinions, and support their arguments with evidence and reasoning. 2. Fosters communication skills. Through discussion, students develop communication skills such as speaking, listening, and articulating ideas effectively in a group setting. They learn to express themselves clearly, respond to others' viewpoints, and engage in respectful discourse. 3. Encourages active participation. The discussion method promotes active participation and engagement by involving students in the learning process as active contributors rather than passive recipients of information. 4. Enhances understanding. Discussions deepen students' understanding of the subject matter by providing opportunities for exploration, clarification, and interpretation of concepts, theories, and real-world applications. 5. Builds collaboration. Collaborative discussions foster a sense of community and teamwork among students as they work together to explore ideas, solve problems, and construct meaning collectively. 6. Promotes diversity of perspectives. Discussions incorporate diverse perspectives, experiences, and opinions, enriching students' learning experiences and promoting empathy, tolerance, and appreciation for different viewpoints. 7. Facilitates inquiry-based learning. The discussion method encourages inquiry-based learning by posing open-ended questions, encouraging curiosity, and guiding students to explore and investigate topics in depth. 8. Adaptable to various subjects. Discussions can be adapted to suit a wide range of subjects and topics across disciplines, including literature, history, science, mathematics, social studies, and more. 9. Requires effective facilitation. Effective facilitation is essential for successful discussions. Teachers serve as moderators, guiding the discussion, setting ground rules, managing time, and ensuring that all students have opportunities to participate and contribute. 10. Promotes reflection and evaluation. Discussions promote reflection and self-assessment as students reflect on their learning, evaluate their contributions to the discussion, and identify areas for further exploration or improvement. In conclusion, the discussion method is a powerful pedagogical tool that promotes active learning, critical thinking, communication skills, and collaboration among students. By engaging students in meaningful dialogue and inquiry, educators can create dynamic and interactive learning environments that foster deep understanding, intellectual growth, and lifelong learning. Expository method. The expository method is a teacher-centered instructional approach where the teacher presents information to students in a systematic and organized manner. It involves delivering content through lectures, presentations, or readings, with the primary goal of conveying factual information, concepts, or principles to students. This method is effective for introducing new topics, providing background knowledge, and explaining complex ideas, but it may limit student engagement and interaction. Demonstration method. The demonstration method is a teaching strategy where the teacher shows students how to perform a task, conduct an experiment, or demonstrate a concept. It involves hands-on activities, experiments, or simulations to illustrate theoretical concepts and promote active learning. This method allows students to observe, practice, and apply new skills or knowledge in a controlled setting, fostering understanding, retention, and skill development. However, it may require additional resources and preparation time. Project method in education. The project method is a student-centered instructional approach that emphasizes hands-on, experiential learning through the completion of real-world projects. In this method, students engage in collaborative, inquiry-based activities to investigate, solve problems, and create products or solutions related to the curriculum. Here are 10 key points to understand about the project method. 1. Active learning. The project method promotes active learning by engaging students in meaningful, authentic tasks that require critical thinking, creativity, and problem-solving skills. 2. Integration of subjects. Projects often integrate multiple subject areas, allowing students to apply knowledge and skills from various disciplines to real-world challenges or topics of interest. 3. Student engagement. Projects capture students' interest and motivation by allowing them to explore topics they find personally meaningful and relevant, fostering a sense of ownership and investment in their learning. 4. Collaborative learning. The project method encourages collaboration and teamwork as students work together to plan, research, design, and implement their projects, promoting communication, cooperation, and peer support. 5. Inquiry-based approach. Projects are typically inquiry-driven, with students posing questions, conducting research, gathering data, and drawing conclusions through hands-on investigation and experimentation. 6. Problem-solving skills. Projects cultivate students' problem-solving skills as they identify challenges, develop strategies, and overcome obstacles to achieve their project goals. 7. Creativity and innovation. Projects provide opportunities for students to express their creativity, imagination, and innovation through the design and development of original solutions, products, or presentations. 8. Authentic assessment. Assessment in the project method is often authentic and performance-based, with students evaluated based on their ability to apply knowledge, demonstrate skills, and achieve project objectives. 9. Real-world relevance. Projects connect learning to real-world contexts, allowing students to see the practical applications of their knowledge and skills and understand the relevance of what they are learning to their lives and communities. 10. Lifelong learning skills. The project method fosters the development of lifelong learning skills such as critical thinking, communication, collaboration, creativity, and adaptability, preparing students for success in the 21st century workforce and society. In conclusion, the project method is a dynamic and student-centered approach to education that empowers students to become active, engaged learners, capable of applying their knowledge and skills to solve real-world problems and make meaningful contributions to society. Problem-solving method. The problem-solving method is an instructional approach where students learn by actively engaging in the process of solving problems or challenges. Teachers present students with real-life or hypothetical problems, and students work individually or in groups to analyze the problem, identify potential solutions, and implement strategies to solve it. This method promotes critical thinking, creativity, and independent learning skills as students develop strategies to overcome obstacles and achieve desired outcomes. Activity method. The activity method is a student-centered instructional approach that emphasizes learning through active participation in hands-on activities, experiments, or projects. In this method, teachers engage students in experiential learning experiences where they explore, investigate, and apply knowledge in practical contexts. Activities may include simulations, role-playing, demonstrations, or group projects, allowing students to actively construct meaning and deepen their understanding of concepts through direct experience and active engagement.